Hello there, friends. So I'm doing an intro to my videos so that you guys can understand on what I'm fully building. So for this video, I am building a side table. It's actually the second side table I built. I built it originally for the Makers Challenge Central on Instagram for the Builders Challenge. So I built one, I loved it, so I built a second one so I could have a matching one. So in this video, I'm going to be doing a step-by-step process on how I built it, and to kind of prove that any weekend woodworker can make a awesome project. So I hope you enjoy this video.
Alrighty, let's get started. So I tend to cut a lot of my lumber from rough cut lumber that I get from friends that are also woodworkers, and some actually own some local mills. So I use my circular saw and a straight edge to cut down my lumber to dimensional lumber. I then take my lumber over to my table saw and cut a straight edge on both sides of it so that it's easier to work with. From the table saw, I take it over to the chop saw and start chopping my pieces down to the length that I need. Once I have the correct lengths of lumber, I take it over to my DeWalt planer and run it through to get a nice smooth surface. Once I've got everything all nice and smooth and the edges nice and lined up, I go ahead and glue up my tabletop here. I'm using some Pony Jorgensen easy squeeze clamps. I absolutely love these clamps. They are so easy to work with. So here I am using my router and a circular jig that I kind of made up myself. So I find it's easy to take a couple passes with a router here, just to get a nice crisp line, and then cut out the circle with a jigsaw, and then come back around with a flush trim bit, which I'm doing here, using the original router pass as a guide and just cleaning up all the edges. I'm using a cove bit with my router for the top of the table. I also used a chamfer bit for the bottom of the bottom edge of the tabletop. Using a draw bow, I go ahead and mark out my lines. These are going to be my side rails for the table on both the top and the bottom with the shelf. Then we head over to the bandsaw and start cutting away. Try to stay as close to the line as possible without going over, and then I tend to use my palm sander and just hit it afterwards right up to the line. I apologize for the blurriness on my camera. I didn't get it set up right. But here I am running my legs through the table saw at a 45-degree angle. I did this because I wanted a nice square box, but I also wanted it to be kind of offset. So by running these at 45 degrees, I'm actually able to get a angled leg, but still have 90-degree sides. So I'm using my biscuit joiner here to get everything lined up. I prefer dowels, but in this case, I could not for the life of me figure out how to get a dowel to go 45 degrees into a 90-degree angle. It did not work. And then using a little bit of glue and the biscuits, I get everything lined up and start putting it together. So you can see here I used a ratchet strap. These work awesome if you don't have any other way to connect stuff. Just using a ratchet strap puts the pressure on all these joints and gets them nice and straight. So using some of my 45-degree angled cutoffs from the legs, I'm actually using them as braces for what's going to be the shelf here. So I just used some scrap that I had after I cut my legs, and then I just glued these on and brad nailed them in. So I used a little bit of walrus oil just to get the grain popping here, just as kind of a pre-finish. It really darkened up the wood, and it allows the clear coat poly to kind of go on and not be blotchy. Here I am putting some figure 8 mounts for the top. I just find these are really easy to work with, very simple, super cheap. It's just a nice, easy way of connecting your top to your base and allow for wood movement. Here I am attaching the base to the top. Basically pretty easy to do this just by flipping it over and screwing it in. And here we are, a beautiful side table, 100% made out of walnut, and it is gorgeous. I absolutely love it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was instructional. Feel free to like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. That would be awesome. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.